would you talk to? What's going on? It's me. It's Mike Lepre. How are you doing today? How's everybody doing today on Saturday, January 18th, 2020? If you're in the area that I'm at, the New England area, we're going to get a lot of snow, it seems to be. But I swear to you, the forecast was literally anywhere between 1 inch to 12 inches. That's not a forecast. That's just a real easy guess. Never mind. So I wanted to check in with you. A lot of things going on here at Fongool. Obviously, I'm in the back room. I was working a little while ago. Now I got my break, so I figure, I give you guys a holla, I should say, as the younger kids say. Just to see what's going on. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about the bar. So, Bar Fongool, this has been created to have an open forum of conversation. We have total freedom of speech within Bar Fongool. You can say anything you want. Even if I don't like it, you're still free to say it. That's the beauty of what we have. I think protesting the stop things is exactly what we don't want to do. We're doing it exactly the right way when it's all or nothing. So we just allow it. However, again, if you've been paying attention to the podcast, following us at all, we do reserve the right to kick you out. It's a bar, guy, and if you get to be too much of a douche, you gotta go. Sometimes you're out. You just gotta go, and that's just how it goes. But other than that, we're all for freedom of speech. So just want to go over a couple of quick stories with you guys. Then I get some updates. Telemarketing. I had a telemarketer call me 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the telemarketer called me. Okay, calls my cell phone, and she says to me, now, just so everybody knows, I am King Mike L. I am Mike Lepre. I am Mike L. There's all sorts of variations you could make, but just so you know. So, telemarketer calls, says, "Hello." I said, "Hello." It wasn't a Lenny Squiggy, "Hello." It was more of a hello. I was like, "Hello." She's like, "May I speak to Michael Lebrizer?" And I'm like, that's definitely close to my name. What? I said, "Who are you looking for?" She says, Michael Lebrizer. And in my head, I immediately know what's going on, but I can't believe that it's happening. So I'm like a kid in a candy store. I say to her, can you say that one more time?" She's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. It's Michael Lebrizer." I go, "Nah, there's nobody here by that name." She goes, "Oh, I thought is this the correct phone number?" She went over the phone number. I said, "Yeah, but I'm not him, so you got the wrong thing. Who are you looking for again?" And she goes, "Michael Lebrizer." I said, "Could you do me a favor? Could you spell that out for me? Just the last name?" And she goes, I swear on this, too. I swear on my dad on this conversation happening. It's how ridiculous it is. She goes, "Sure, LepreE. Now, that's my name. That's it. That's it. Those 5 letters. That's a hard stop on that E. It's Lepre. It's Italian. It means hare or rabbit in Italian. Lepre. Lepre. Bang, stop, right? So she goes Leprr. Lebrizer. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so much fun. I said to her, I don't know that other guy, but if I had to guess, I'm pretty sure it's Michael Lepre Sr. Like, I wanted to say, you nitwit bastard, how do you not know that it's Senior, SR? SR. I have a junior. How do you not see? How do you pronounce it leproser? What? How do you keep pronouncing it leproser? When I make you focus in on the word, how are you not noticing it yet? All the way to the end, and she spelled it out, and I had to tell her. And you know what? I really wanted to be like, you nitwit bastard, but I felt so bad for her at that point. I was just like, yeah, all right, well, have a good day. It's like, oh, man, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry that I made you realize how stupid you were. I mean, I'm pretty stupid myself, so don't feel so bad. I'm just saying, I felt bad, that she went home and told somebody, I'm really stupid. Or actually, to tell you the truth, if she's really stupid, she forgot all about it. The minute it happened, she completely forgot all about it, like a dog mind. She's just like, all right, what's on to the next treat? Done. Okay, nothing I want to go over. What are they called now is my problem. All right. There's these glasses that they constantly make and repackage at like convenience stores or CVS's or Walgreens or places like that, right? They're in that aisle where there's like all those Brett Favre copper things to put on, like this as seen on TV type thing. If you're with me, right? They're always in that little area of as seen on TV stuff, which to me is the most fun stuff to look at. You don't buy it, guy, but that's by far the most fun stuff to look at. They got all kinds of things. They got these things. They say, oh, it's a miracle thing. You put it over your hand, your elbow. It's just this copper fit. It's going to make you feel so great. It's like, get out of here with that. But I love looking at all the stuff, right? However, there's these glasses. Now, they're like yellow in tint, I guess. And when you look through them, it's more like a whitish, yellowish you can see. It's like brighter. So they were called HD glasses for a while. I don't know if you guys remember them. They're called HD glasses. They've been called night vision glasses. They've been called light canceling glasses. All this stuff, right? They're that yellow tint. I hope you know what I'm talking about. But they go all the way back to Blu Blockers. Now, for the younger folks, Blu Blockers were just sunglasses with that material as the lens. So it started back as being called Blu Blockers. It's made its way all the way to like night vision HD glasses. That's my favorite, as if it's telling you it's making life HD. You're now looking at life through HD. That's fantastic. But the Blu Blockers, why I wanted to get on that was the Blu Blockers had the best commercials when I was younger. Pretty much like they were going around looking for people, whatever, and they stumbled upon this black guy who claimed he could rap anything, right? And you just give it to him and he would rap it. Like he was like rapping for money. It seemed like he'd be rapping stuff. And the Blu Blockers came to him and he was like, I wear my Blu Blockers all the time. These Blu Blockers make me rhyme, and everyone's like, ah! It's like all this like upper class white people with the polo type boating shirts. It's like he's rapping. He rapped it, and that guy ended up making like a couple more commercials because he became a semi hit. Like enough to warrant a couple more commercials. And then he was on like I must have watched him on like a PM magazine or some sort of like late night show, but the best part about it was that the guy couldn't rap for beans. Like the guy was like, he would go as slow as he could, and he would use real basic words. And then on the second line, he would go so slow because he was just thinking of a million words that he could rhyme. That it was like, that's not really freestyling. That's just writing in slow motion. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he was on something. They were like, oh, yeah, it's unbelievable what you can do. It's unbelievable what you can do. We're going to hand you something, and you make up a rhyme. And he's like, of course. Oh, yeah, I can rap anything. Of course. Yeah, I did the Blu Blockers. Of course. Hold on. I spelled it all over myself. Can't take me anywhere. So, we just call it Mountain Dew, right? All right, here you go. Here's Mountain Dew. He'd go, cold in my hand, this Mountain Dew. If you didn't know, now you knew. And they were like, oh my God, he did it again. He rhymed. It was not. I love that guy. But anyways, that material has been, that's a microcosm of life. That's been repackaged repeatedly under different names, and people still keep buying it because they think it's the new thing that is on the package, which is very similar, in my humblest opinion. In King Mike's humblest opinion here about Fongool, it's very similar to Taco Bell. All Taco Bell does is they have, like, let's say 7 ingredients. Every month or so, they throw it together differently, and they're like, they rename it some sort of Spanish name, and they go, here it is. Oh, try the new chalupa, gordita, whatever. And it's just the same stuff's in it. There's nothing new in it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, all this stuff is the same basic stuff, because that's what it is, Taco Bell. But the balls that they have to keep repackaging it and calling it something different is what makes Taco Bell so great. I almost feel like everybody's in on the joke. Like, we know that they're not making anything different. We just want that slop. Like, when you go to Taco Bell, you're just looking for slop. You know, you're really not. You're looking for something cheap, or you're drunk. Who goes to Taco Bell? I never mind. All right, but that's what it is. Taco Bell, just a couple of ingredients they throw together. It's really not that big a deal. What else? Right. So I have one other issue that I had to deal with. I hate going on a store's website. Let's just throw names out, and these probably aren't even the stores I'm talking about, but still, let's say like a Walmart, a Target, a Best Buy, something that you can walk into. Not only can you probably order it online, but you can walk in. They have storefronts. Okay, so let's picture those. So let's just use Target. All right. So you see the website for the Smithfield one, which is closest to me, and it shows what it has in the inventory, all that stuff. A lot of times you go in there and you tell them about something, and they say, "Oh no, we don't have any of those. Oh, we're out of those." And I'm like, "But it said that you had it on the yeah, no, well, we're out of those." And then this is where they get me angry, 'cause, like, yeah, I'm a little angry that I came down, you know, and it's not there. But it's this line that really makes me feel like they make fun of us when we turn away. I'm like, you know, is this thing there? And he's like, oh, no, we don't have that in stock. We don't have it. I'm like, yeah, you don't have it? It said you did. He's like, nah, we don't have it. And then he says this. Here it is. He goes, but I can order it for you. Yeah? Really? Is that what you can do? It's like, I could order it too, guy. This is 2020. What do you mean you can order it for me? Oh, what are you doing, a secret delivery? But there's something you could order that I can't nowadays? Really? You could order it for me? It's like, could you call my mother for me? Like, maybe I'm taking it a bit, you know, harsh, because that's how I am. I'm a little bit of a, you know, what do they call people that are nuts? Crazy. So, but my point is this, like, what do you mean you could order for me? Of course you can. I could order for me too. My kids could order it for me. Yeah, probably at the same speed. We all have these magic computers in our hands. It's similar to people that still have the classic voicemail of, hey, it's King Mike. I must not be able to make it to the phone right now, which is like, yeah, no kidding. I'm like, and then when they say like I'm either this or I'm doing that, it's like, I don't care what you're doing. No one cares what you're doing. Then they'll be like, just wait for the beep and leave a message, and it's like, you don't have to tell me that anymore. Like, come on, we all know how it works. Little kids know how it works. Just say, hey, it's King Mike. You missed me. Leave me a message if it's important. Bang. Right? Or Hey, it's King Mike. You missed me. If it's really important, text me now. If not, I'll call you back. Because you know what? I got your number. It's caller ID. It's 2020. Can we stop it with the answering machine? All right. I really went off. You know what? I get excited. It's, the bar's been hopping lately. I get excited. I get wound up. You guys know how I am. You know how I am. So what I need you to do is I need you to click the like button. Subscribe, please. I would greatly appreciate that. Let's see. This was like episode 28 or 9. We might be at 30. I'm not even completely sure. We went from doing them strictly on Anchor, just strictly podcast, nothing visual. Then around episode 26, we started going live from the bar, focusing on our YouTube channel. So I'm going to have below the links to everything. It's the Anchor link, so you can, if you want, you can listen to the first 25 or 6 podcasts. I'm going to have the YouTube channel link. Now, on the YouTube channel, there's going to be the podcast, the Fongool podcast on the Fongool channel. How original, but that's what it is. It is going to have videos that I'm putting into a playlist that I like, that I would like to share with people, that I think people should see. The Lenny Squiggy one is the first one up. And it also has all 62 or 1 of the Puppets with Problems videos. Now, I'm going to tell you what that is, because I'd like you to look at that too. Those are several 60-something videos, maybe about 2 or 3 minutes in length each, that are about, there was this TV show called Are We Trippin'? And it was like a kid show at Puppets, and they canceled it. And all the puppets, they didn't have a place to go, right? So they all moved into one apartment. And, there's all these puppets trying to have to get along in one apartment. It causes problems. And there's all these characters, right? I did about maybe 9, 10 different voices. Most of it's just all one shot. So check that out if you like. These are 2 of the most famous puppets that I use. And I just literally use puppets that you could buy at a store. It's not like I had them made. But I'll do this really quick for you. I'm a little uncomfortable because I've never once done this and had to see my face do it. So I'm gonna do one of these. But here we go. Let me see if I got this right. All right, there you go. Hey guy, how you doing? It's me, Little Tommy Toes. You miss me? Anyways, guy, I was at the track today. You know how I go, guy. You know how I do. And I bet a quinella. And I was like, come on. He said, what? I said, That's Little Tommy Tools. And I'm trying to speed this up. Apologize. And then this is his sidekick. This is the puppet that somehow just became probably the most popular puppet because he's pretty much based around my miserable side. Which is another, I get the worst compliments. People, you just don't like me. Hey, how you doing? It's me, Vinny the Cop. Roommates with Little Tommy Tools, Vinny the Cop. Anyways, I was at the store today, and they wanted me to go through a self-checkout line, and I was like, what? And they said, you got to go through this self-checkout line, sir. I said, what? By the way, not only did I talk to myself, I talk to puppets that talk to other puppets with myself. Yeah, let that roll around your head for a while. That's true insanity. But check out the puppet videos. They're really funny. Some of them are adult in language, especially if you see the 2 dragons, Vic and Tony. Vic and Tony pretty much cursed the whole way through. I'm going to put the links for the Twitter page, the Instagram page, the YouTube channel page, the email, how you can reach me, every link you're going to need for Bar Fongool, because I'm going to start the promoting. I haven't really promoted it much. I haven't like pushed it on people. I haven't like put it on like, forums, and I haven't done any of that stuff. But I am starting to do it. So I really wanted to see how much I could do, like how much material I could gather before I start to actually push the Bar Fongool channel and being here at Bar Fongool. Between now about 29, 30 podcasts, and 60-something puppet videos with the other stuff that I have that I'll be adding, with the State of Corruption music catalog. There's 3 full CDs, almost 4, and then there's live stuff that I have. I just found, I think, the Two-Headed Monster video, I hope. If I have that, I will upload that to my channel. So I'm going to include everything but the kitchen sink. So the Bar Fongool channel will be as eclectic as possible. And I want people to come and host Bar Fongool. I want other people to spend some time talking and giving their story. So if you're interested, hit me up. All my info will be below. I want to give a quick shout out to some names that popped up that it was unusual seeing some of these names, and it was usual seeing some of the names. So, but they're just names that I guess have recently, checked out what we're doing. But I wanted to give a shout out to them. It was suggested by somebody that I started to give some shout outs, almost like Romper Room, when they would stare into the TV and be like, I see Michael, and I see, and I'm like, holy, she saw me. Like, you believe, Romper Room. So anyways, shout out to Buddy there. Buddy's a classic. Buddy is, he's been through a lot, and he keeps on trucking. Kev Masso, Dave Brosnahan, Ruth Fournier, or Ruthie Fournier, Alan Garzon, Mr. Garzon. Mr. Garzon, this is for me, Mike Lepre, King Mike L, to you, Alan Garzon, a.k.a. Mr. Garzon, former teacher of mine. Well, I actually never had him in class, but teacher of mine at North Providence High. I'm personally wishing him all the best. I want to see him be back to being 100%. And if he can't get back to 100%, I admire his fight and what he's a machine. Some guys, are just unstoppable, and that's what Garzon is. He's unstoppable. Like seeing him work out made me feel like, I'm so out of shape. Like this guy's killing it. Like I just want to say, Mr. Garzon, my thoughts are with you. I know you're getting better. I know you're going to be great. I hope, whatever you will be. But if you watch this, know that I'm pulling for you on all of this. And secondly, because you were the high school tennis coach, the very first year that North Providence had a tennis team. Now, let me preface this really quickly with going to pick up Junior at practice, basketball practice, and I'm looking at the walls of all the teams and all the records and all the stuff that was been done as far as athletics. And there's really nothing as far as boys tennis until a certain time, but like on other areas, it'll show old school, like, hey, this is the first, whatever person, this is the first whatever, da, da, da. Tennis is nothing, right? Now, Mr. Garzon, let me go over how I recall my tennis senior year. And I'll be quick, I promise. You had us all come to Naughty Park, do a couple of forehands, couple of backhands, serve it, and then you ranked us. and literally, I think like 60 or 70 or 80 kids showed up. That's how crazy it was. It was the first tennis team. Everybody showed up, right? Not like and some people were athletic. There were some athletes, but not tennis players. Now, the odd thing is, even though basketball was my sport, like through high school and through like a large portion of my life, when I was younger, I did play tennis. I did play in leagues. I played in tournaments. I have some. You can't see it. I have some state. I won the town. I was the town champ in singles for like 3 years. I won doubles in the town for 3 or 4 years. So, I'm not bragging, guy. I'm just saying I did what I did. But so I went to tryouts, and when I saw the rankings with the Garzon, you had me at 48. I couldn't believe it. I remember thinking, 48? Who is this guy? Because I never really had a conversation with Mr. Garzon to this point, to be completely honest. I'm like, is he nuts? So the thing was, you could challenge the person in front of you, and if you beat them, you took their number, their spot, and you got closer. You had to be, I think, so there was 4 singles and 3 doubles. That's 10. It was a 10-person roster. Sometimes I think they carried 11 just in case, but I think it was just 10, right? So I got to get from 40-something to 10. So I remember playing the first kid at 47 or 6, whatever he was below me, and you had to play a set. And look, my problem was I don't have the most classic forehand. I never had the most classic backhand. Tennis was not my favorite sport. I was just kind of good at it. So, I hustled and I played, and I could serve. I'm tall and I was, good server. So the issue was I played the next kid. I completely killed him. So I remember the first time I walk up to Mr. Garzon, I'm trying to explain to him. I'm trying to tell him who I was. It was almost like a classic Italian, do you know who I am type situations. Like, do you know who I am? Like, all these kids I used to beat all the time when I was younger in tournaments for this town. Like, but I said stuff from them. I didn't say that. I said something like, Mr. Garzon, it's gonna take me forever, and I could beat half that of the 10. And he's like, whatever. And I remember I had to play Kenny. I won't say his last name, and he was at 11. Right? They gave me a chance to play Kenny, and I had to play him at Evans Field. Now, I think Mr. Garzon thought I was going to go in there and get just killed. I think that's what you thought. But I know Kenny knew that I had beaten him before several times. So he knew that I beat him, and Mr. Garzon, you allowed me onto the team. Now, I remember I could have played up. Like, if I wanted to, in my own opinion, I could have beat a couple of kids to get further up the ladder. But in the 10 spot, which I beat Alan just to get the 9 spot, in the 9 spot, my doubles partner was Alan Flores. So we ended up being the first tennis team for North Providence High School back in 1991. So, yeah, I'm that old. So I remember we went to play the first tournament, and we got swept. We lost all 4 singles matches. We lost all 3 doubles matches. It was 7-0. Bang. Done. Right? Now, I stayed at the 9 because I enjoyed playing with Alan. Alan wasn't the greatest tennis player in the world, but he hustled. Like, he would run his ass off to get to a ball, and he would at least get it over. You know what I mean? And he liked playing back. Like, and I loved playing the net. What made me a good tennis player was that I would literally run up to the net and dare people to hit it right at my face because I'd keep the tennis racket here, and I was really good being really long and skinny and lanky at reaching out. My basketball type skills were like I could catch it at the net. I used to cause problems, so it just worked, our dynamics. But so that second place, the second thing, the second match. So all 4 singles lost, and then the doubles we started up. And I remember asking, I forget what her name was, but she came in on the trip. She was on the first girls tennis team, and I remember asking her as we get ready to play our match, like, how are we doing? And they're like, you lost all 4 singles, and we lost the first doubles. It's just down to you 2 guys playing. And I remember saying to Alan, they're going to lose. We need to win. We can win this. Because if we win this, we will be the first winners ever in a match in North Province boys tennis history. Ever. If they ever go back to who won the first match, whoever won the first match, they'd have to say us, right? We stopped playing. Alan calls foot faults on the kid to rattle him, and he did rattle him. Like, foot faults means like the kid's serving, and he serves, and you go, foot fault, and that means that he was standing on the line, and the kid was like, I wasn't standing on the line, and Alan was like, oh, I'm calling a foot fault. Because the thing is with tennis, there's no judge there to keep score. It's like, you have to, like, it's by honor. You just keep it, the players keep score. You're supposed to just be honest. We were rattling their cage. I kept coming right up to the net and trying to smash it at the kid. Like, I wouldn't try to hit it away from him. I would see if I could hit it right back at him. So I caught him once in the chest. We rattled him completely. Now, I remember we were winning Mr. Garzon towards the end, and I forget what her name is. She came over, and I said, how did the other team just do? Because they just finished. And they're like, it was something like they got blown out. That's why I get done so quick. We were at, like, we might have been tied at 4-4 at one point in our match. So it was just down to us. And some people gathered. And I tell you what, once we knew we had the chance at it, we won. So there's that. And there's a plaque that I have, Mr. Garzon, that says, thank you for your participation or whatever it is. It was from the boys' tennis team. And I want to go on record as saying I'm probably the first person ever to receive that award. There's only one other person that was a senior that year. And if he still has that award, then he'll be number 2. But I'm gonna still say that I was the first person to receive that award. I was also the first victory ever in boys tennis history. Okay? There should be something up on the wall near the gym, Mr. G. Like, come on, right? Right? The first tennis team, there should be a picture of us. The picture from the yearbook. That should be up. And underneath it should say, first win ever, and it's the second match that we played. I forget what team it was, where we were, and it should say Mike Lepre and Ellen Flores, first victory ever. All right, I'll keep fighting for it, but whatever. What? I'm right. I want to thank everybody for listening to me babble. Get in touch with me if you want to get on here with me. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, problems, ass aches. Leave them in the comments. Please like, subscribe, let people know about Fongool. And I will leave all the links that you need to see. Watch the puppet videos. My name is Mike Lepre, a.k.a. King Mike L. from State of Corruption. This is Fongool. I'm going to get out of the break room and go do something. What are you going to do about it?